Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Seneca County Board of Commissioner meeting. Today's March 7th, 2024, and we'll start our meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Very good, thank you. Very good. Okay, Councilman Dennis will lead us in prayer.
Lord, we just love to thank you. What an honor it is that, you know, when two or three are gathered in your name, you are amongst us. And what an honor to have you. What an honor to have such a community as this, that we get together, not just in your name, but also as a community to go over situations, to our friendships, renew friendships, and continue others. Lord, we'd like to thank you and for staying with us, and that you bless this meeting. It's in your name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Present.
Commissioner Schuff,
Here.
Commissioner Frankert,
Here. This time we'll accept a motion to approve the digital audio recording of our meeting on February 29th, leap year. And Abe Lincoln was here that meeting.
So moved.
We have a first,
I'll second.
a second. Roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes. Okay, we'll open the meeting up with a bid.
Okay, I'm gonna send around a sign-in sheet, please.
This is.
Should have started that earlier.
Yeah, this is kind of law. When we open a sealed bid, we have 4 bids. We will pass a sheet around for those present for the bid opening to sign. We ask you that you do that. Is that a fair statement, Barb?
Yep, yep, and there's 5 bids.
We have 5 bids, and I'll turn this process over to our county administrator, Barb Patterson.
This project is for the Seneca County Road 62 12.51 bridge replacement. The engineer's estimate is $452,231.70.
Yeah, 452.
452, 231.70.
I thought you saw a road number.
Thank you.
And the first bid is from R&I Construction. Their bid is $499, 440, goodness gracious.
I was gonna say sold.
So,
We're just getting started too, yeah.
$499,434.
It's not me.
Is the clipboard passed around?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks Luke, thank you.
The second bid is from Crawford County Construction. Certain things, make sure they're all here. Their bid is $463,960.78. next one is from D2 Excavating. Their bid is $439,755.75.
Public needs to get ready for the orange cones and the road closed signs, right?
Right.
This is all road work. We're getting a lot of bids.
So this will be west of Green Springs, is this one here.
Okay.
2 miles roughly west of Green Springs there.
Engineer said 38 is gonna be closed.
Well, that's an, yeah, this is the bridge.
Different one,
This is
yeah.
different, this is county line.
I'm just saying, it's our stuff. That's in your neck of the woods.
This is from Great Lakes Demolition. And their bid is $429,368.50.
You should just keep opening it. It's crazy.
And the last bid I have is from Vernon Nagel. Their bid is $539,103.50.
Was that 539 what?
$539,103.50.
Okay, so our process is, we will take these 5 bids, we hand them to the county engineer, and we'll go from there. Right, Barb?
Yep.
Okay, all those contractors, those who are here, go ahead, sneak out. Thanks for coming, thanks for bidding.
Everybody signed it.
Yeah, we'll keep circulating it, and thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Luke, come on up.
Now we have a seat for everyone.
Don't expect that seat all the time.
There's an extra, put your feet up.
Oh, boy.
Right, great. Love your guest and
So March is
Start.
Disability Awareness Month, and we're kicking off Disability Awareness Month, as we typically do, come to the Commissioners meeting. I've got individuals here that got have some announcements. They're far better at it than I am, so I'll let
Great.
them do a little presentation on some of the different things that are coming up.
Yes, they cool.
All right.
you introduce them, please?
So the theme of the month is building a better community.
Yeah.
Through all the things that we do is building community relationships for our individuals to be active members of the community, to work, play, and live in the community like everybody else. And so we try to do that through all of our services and supports. And right now, currently, just people may not know, the Opportunity Center serves about 540 families. We've been growing with the number of children due to increases in autism and increases with the opioid epidemic. We've seen more children needing services. So we're serving a mixture between equal, for the first time really ever, half children, half adults. Usually it's predominantly been adults. So we're seeing that need and we're moving along those lines. Some good news as far as things that we're working on. Because of our growth, we are expanding. We opened the bid, the board hopefully will approve the bid for the renovations of the Cancer Center, which will be moving the adults and some administrative offices over there. That will come to the commissioners here in the next several weeks, hopefully, for your final approval after our board approves it. And then the target date to start would be April with a completion date of August. And then we'll be moving adults over there and then growing our school in the old Opportunity Center building. So a lot of growth opportunities for us to address those growing needs that we have in our community. But with Disability Awareness Month, I'm very excited to have some guests here.
We got some events that we'd like to invite some folks to, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. David, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is David Atkins. I have events going on. From dinner, drive food coming up. 12 hours. And gonna be on a 24. And rabbit tickets, 50 rabbit tickets. You rent something.
Yeah, and what who guest appearance might be there if you're driving through, because it's a drive-through.
Fun. You might be a prize. You'll be funny. Buddy come happy around
Yeah.
for the kids, and
Thank you.
the kids you like them.
Awesome. And I think we forgot, most importantly, they're pre-orders. So
They order
if you're going to have that dinner, we need to know it by Monday.
Monday. Yeah, Monday come and pre-order. But you have questions about somebody to call Tom.
Call Joan. Yep. So we'll leave some flyers, and then if anyone would like, I've got smaller ones you could take. Awesome. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
Ryan, would you like to introduce yourself?
My name is Ryan Herr from the Opportunity Center. The second event we got coming up is the celebrity basketball game on March 14th. Doors open at 6. Game starts at 7. We have a 50-50 raffle, and money sponsors the Special Olympics for all our athletes to go to Columbus.
Yes. Yep. So join us. Cindy is sporting the celebrity basketball T-shirt, right?
Yep.
Got it here. She wanted to. That was her idea to bring that and let you all know. And the special, you want to turn in towards the commissioners, want to see the special logo and that we've collaborated. Thank you so much for
Very nice.
that. You might recognize it. All right, awesome. And then who are you?
My name is Cindy Moyer. I'm also from the Opportunity Center, and I'm here to announce Bakery Bingo. Tuesday, March 26, 2024. Doors open at 5 p.m. with bingo starting at 5:30 p.m. in the SCOC gym until 7:30 p.m. $5 a card. And there'll also be a 50-50 drawing. Concession stand will have available some sandwiches and all kinds of snacks, and everyone is welcome. Please come. The proceeds goes to the Unity Conference.
Yeah, and what is that for those who don't know?
Well, Unity is a conference that we have every year at Sawmill Creek Resort, and we have a lot of different things. Dance, and we have good food, and we have classes.
Yeah.
You have different speakers to hear.
Who plans
And
all of
let me
that?
tell you, folks, we have a blast.
Oh, yes, it is so much fun. Who plans that conference? And
Unity Council.
yes, and are all
And I'm the
three of you-
president of that council.
Yeah,
Very
loud and
good.
proud.
We're
Good
all
job.
on that. Cindy, you also have you've been recognized through Action Club for what? You got 2 years in a row, you got what? You remember? You want to tell everybody?
I won in the essay contest 2 years.
So each year, Action Club, which is an international organization that helps supports folks with disabilities, it's a branch of Kiwanis, and they have different competitions. And Cindy has scored in the nation in terms of one of the best speeches that she has written for just about things and things that she feels is important. So she is a speechwriter on the side.
Good job, Cindy.
Very good.
So good.
Real quick, I want to introduce Heather.
Okay.
You want to introduce yourself, Heather?
Most important people introduce themselves, but I'm Heather Smith. I'm the Resource and Support Coordinator at the Seneca County Opportunity Center. So I have the pleasure of working with these fine folks and our self-advocates all the time. And we like to speak on behalf of the Opportunity Center and speak on behalf of ourselves and our hearts of what better services we could provide for everybody.
And Heather is also an integral role of our Positive Culture Initiative.
That's
And
right.
the Positive Culture Initiative is using positive approaches to supporting individuals and families. And then we also have Amy. Amy, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Amy Miller. I'm a newer Director of Community Advocacy and Supports. And I also get to work with these wonderful folks and getting to know them and learning all the wonderful things that they do.
And I would strongly encourage everybody, the Celebrity Game is a wonderful event. If you really want to see what's right in the world, come out to the Celebrity Game. It's a great
that is
opportunity for folks to either, you can play in the game if you were interested in playing. Most people cheer, because not everybody's a basketball player. But it's a great event to see the capabilities of folks with disabilities, and it's amazing when folks like Ryan, because Ryan's played it in the past, folks get a three-point shot. We've had an individual, I think, hit 4 or 5 in a row, and the crowd goes absolutely nuts. And we fill the gym at Heidelberg, but it's a great event. I would encourage people to come out to that and Palm Sunday. So most importantly, I want to thank the commissioners and the community for the support of our program over the years. We do amazing things, but we would not be able to do that without the amazing support we get from the community. We are very blessed as a county board, and I would put us up with any county board in the state for the quality of services that we provide, but it wouldn't be possible without tax levies and hard work of our staff and the community and everybody coming together to build a better community. So thank you all for all that you do for us, and have a great day.
May we have 2 more minutes
sorry.
to take,
We
can I
have
get a
proclamations
picture?
for you as
Oh,
well.
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, maybe we could do it while you're giving the proclamation, if we could get a photo of the folks, our folks behind the commissioners.
We'll read the
Commissioner,
Actually, forget how they like to sit in the chairs.
Oh my
Yeah, we
gosh,
love
how
to
would you
sit
like
in
to
the
sit in the chair?
I would love to.
Everybody asks to sit
I
in the
would
chair.
love.
Better watch out next election, guys.
Oh, my goodness.
Amy.
Cindy, you come right up here.
Yeah.
go ahead and get it.
Yeah, you're.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there you go.
Or you can hold.
Here you go, you gotta hold the gavel up.
We'll send you pictures.
There you go, yeah, right, just like that, there you go.
So, let's do the photo first, right? Thank you. How do I can put my hands?
You guys ready? Look this way and smile. Keep smiling. Keep smiling.
Okay, and I'm gonna do 2 phones, so just hold it tight. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then I'm gonna get another phone.
She's from the newspaper.
She is?
Yeah.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you.
She might get you on the front page.
You will be on the front page.
There you go, yeah, good job. Thank you, thank you. You okay? Thank you. Thanks for everything you do. God bless you.
Thank you for serving our county.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you every year, buddy. Thank you.
Pleasure.
Yeah, we went out there the one time.
Nice, very nice. Hi, I'm Barb.
You guys,
Thank you.
should we read the proclamation?
Good job.
We would like to read the proclamation while you're here.
Oh,
Yes, indeed.
And you can stand right here.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
good. Go ahead, Commissioner. We'll have Commissioner Schuff will read our proclamation. And before that, any commissioners want to make any comments before the proclamation? I just want to thank all of you. We're very proud of our School of Opportunity and how you serve our county. And it's just, these moments are priceless. So thank you for everything you're doing. Now we have a proclamation by the commissioners, and Tyler Schuff, Commissioner Schuff will read it.
So we have a proclamation here for Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. Whereas individuals with developmental disabilities share a vision for a good life, and whereas each individual has abilities, skills, and talents to enrich the community and the people around them, and whereas individuals with and without developmental disabilities live and work side by side across our county to form a strong, diverse community, and whereas the most effective way to increase developmental disability awareness is through everyone's active participation in the community activities and openness to learn and acknowledge each individual's contribution. And whereas we encourage all citizens to support opportunities for people with disabilities, and now therefore be it resolved that we, the Seneca County Board of Commissioners of Ohio, hereby recognize the month of March as Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month. In witness whereof, we, the Seneca County Board of Commissioners, have hereunto set our hand to this proclamation, this 7th day of March in the year of our Lord, 2024. Commissioners Anthony Paradiso, Tyler Schuff, and Bill Frankert. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming.
Okay, Ryan, you want to
Okay.
give your coat?
Amy, Heather, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Everything you're doing. You guys can sneak out. It'd be
Yep, we
great.
will. We appreciate your
Have a
time.
great day, everybody.
Thank
Yep, thanks.
you.
Appreciate it, Lou.
thank you for having us.
Oops, you're caught up on the chair here.
Or take the chair with you.
Oh, I've cut my paper.
Oh, you forget your paper?
This one.
I'm sorry.
This one?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh, really?
We will put a plug in for the dinner on Palm Sunday. It's well worth it. Call ahead, order 3, 4, 5 of them, drive through, pick them up, take them home. You won't regret it. Hi, Paul. Would you like to speak at all, or are you just hanging out? Nice to see you. Thank you. All right, take up a second break. Katie, you're on deck. Okay? You might as well start coming up, and I'll turn things over to Commissioner Frankert. You can, any discussion here, you can handle it. Wow, love it.
Maybe point more this way, get some air circulation.
How you been? Besides busy?
Yeah,
Doing pretty good? You doing great?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
yes, absolutely. All right, so March 3rd through the 9th is Ohio 4-H Week, and so we are excited to be here with all of you. I'm not going to take much of anyone's time because the spotlight today is going to be on these fine 4-H youth members and volunteers that we have with us today, and parents. But I just get the joys of working with these young people, and somebody told me the other day,
If you don't know a 4-H member, then you're truly missing out, and it's the truth. So we're just gonna be here today, and they're all just gonna share a little bit about their 4-H experiences and their 4-H story. And so the spotlight is more so on them than myself, but just want to share that 4-H is for any youth that are in kindergarten and at least 5 years old and in kindergarten through 18 years old as of January 1st. And our 4-H enrollment deadline is coming up on March 20th. And so it's not too late to join 4-H for any youth if they aren't a part of it already. And we welcome any and all youth to be a part of Seneca County 4-H. I guess I'm truly lucky. We're happy to have a very strong 4-H program in the county with nearly 1,000 youth enrolled into the program annually and around 150 4-H adult volunteers that help run our nearly 40 community clubs throughout the county. So very thankful for that, and many of our clubs are up and running for the year, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to all of them, and they can share a little bit about themselves and what they do in our program.
Go ahead.
Your name? My name is June McClenathan. In 4-H, one of my favorite things that we do is that every year you get to do a project, whether it's woodworking, taking care of an animal, or self-determined. I like doing self-determined because I'm not limited to one thing, and I just find it that it just doesn't have a limit on my creativity.
I'm Sarah Kleinfelder, and I grew up in 4-H and became an advisor after I had kids, and we're part of the 4-H homeschoolers group.
I'm Brent Kleinfelder. I'm 14 years old and I'm a freshman in high school. I've been in 4-H for 10 years, and my favorite project so far has been beekeeping.
Hi, my name is Brody Kleinfelder. I've been in 4-H for 2 years, and my favorite project is birds.
Hi, I'm Madeline Zeno. I've been in 4-H for 6 years, and I take rabbits, goats, and sewing. And this year I was the rabbit princess, the goat princess for the Seneca County Fair.
Hi everyone, my name is Clayton Gobble. I'm a freshman at New Riggle. I've been in 4-H for about 10 years probably now, and 4-H has helped me learn skills that will help me in my later life. Right now I take hogs, which has helped me with my agriculture career, which I want to do something based on in that field at some point in my life. I also take miscellaneous projects. I have taken sewing, cooking, all those, you name it, just to help me prepare for my life. It's awesome.
Hi, my name is Erin Bryan. I'm a senior at New Riggle. I'm also the president of the New Riggle Rawhide and Woolies 4-H Club. I've been in 4-H for about 10 years now. I've mostly taken livestock projects, whether it be breeding or market, and it has definitely helped me prepare not only for being in agriculture or like with the environment, but it's also helped me with networking and learning to speak to people. And it's a really great experience.
Very good.
So thank you all for sharing, and I do want to thank all of our parents and teachers for letting them be here today to share their story, and also to our 4-H advisors and volunteers for sharing this opportunity to these kids to be here today. So we want to thank you for that. I do just want to say, I think all of you will get one of these, but then I have some extras in this folder. We just have some 4-H goodies and some information. There's a booklet back here that shows a lot of the different projects that can be taken through 4-H, and our contact information with our website to contact us if you are interested, or if any of you have any youth out there that would like to join 4-H. I'll have some extra ones, and please feel free to take a folder.
Thank you. Thanks, Katie. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, wanna do that while they're standing there, and then we'll do this.
So Katie, we have a proclamation for you. So.
You guys please turn around, and we'll, and then we'll have you up here, so. Go ahead, Commissioner.
Yeah, proclamation for 4-H week. Whereas the Ohio 4-H week is celebrated across the state on March 3rd through 9th in recognition of the organization's widespread impact, thanks to the efforts of 4-H staff, volunteers, and youth. And whereas Ohio 4-H creates the opportunity to increase public awareness of 4-H programs, inspire 4-H members, and recruit new members and volunteer leaders. And whereas 4-H was founded in the basement of Clark County Courthouse in 1902 by Albert Belmont Graham. About 30 boys and girls attended the first meeting. Today the program reaches thousands of youth across the state each year who learn leadership, citizenship, and life skills. And whereas 4-H hosts clubs in all 88 counties, Seneca County has one of the biggest enrollments in the state. Each year, about 1,000 youth and about 150 volunteers participate in 4-H in Seneca County. And whereas Seneca County 4-H members can choose from over 200 hands-on projects, the organization's learn by doing approach and focus on encouraging kids to try new experiences and learn new skills have helped the county's youth prepare for successful youth futures. And whereas the Seneca County Commissioners wish to recognize the lifelong impact of the 4-H of Seneca County as an area youth, and they wish to express their deepest gratitude to the staff and the volunteers who make the 4-H program successful. In witness of, we, the Board of Seneca County Commissioners, have hereunto set our hand to this proclamation the 7th day of March in the year of our Lord 2024. Commissioner Anthony Paradiso, Tyler Schuff, and Bill Franker. Thank you. Congratulations. So just so you guys know that so I was in your shoes many years ago, and actually at that time I was only 9 years old, 3rd grade. So fortunate enough they have opened it up for younger kids, and currently I'm a 4-H advisor. We're down in north end of the county, so we actually go to Sandusky County Fair and stuff on that. But really appreciate Katie. I tell you knock it out of the park. I mean, we are a very fortunate county to have Katie. I tell her not to go to any meetings because I don't want anybody to snag her out of our county. So, you guys are real fortunate to have Katie in leadership and stuff with that, and phenomenal work at just go to the fair and all the different projects the kids do and stuff on it, and a lot of the leadership skills are generated from that. And that's one of the things that we encourage is the biggest hurdle you have to get through is to talk in front of people, and you guys did a fantastic job, because throughout life you never know what chairs you're going to be in charge of, and committees and organizations. So it's fantastic, and thank you guys for coming in.
Yeah. Thank you. Come on up for a photo.
Yep.
Sarah, come on up. Chair side. Come on up here. Now you sit in one here. Sit. Bring the kid. Sit right up here. Put them up on your lap. Yeah. Get your family around you. This is a good photo. That's good. You guys good? Katie, thanks. Come on in.
I'm gonna do 2 phones again, so everybody hold tight.
Good.
Bill, can you scoot it just a tad? All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the other.
The courthouse green. Do we like the courthouse?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you. I need to get one. Sit on
That's all that charity, but I haven't been by at night, I'll see it.
Look this way and smile. Keep smiling. Keep smiling.
Okay, the next time you can bring a goat or something in. Go right up there. That'll be good. Well, thank you very much. Okay, nice job.
Oh, that's great.
So Leslie come at it. Ohio State is well represented today. Anything else for 4-H? Good?
Yeah, but yeah.
Barb, we okay? Gonna move on?
Yep.
Okay. So, Black Swan's here. Rob, come on up. Mr. Franker, we need any help on this one? You got it, but welcome.
All right, well, thank you for having me. 2 very tough groups to follow.
Yeah. Have a great day, you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Rob Crane, Black Swamp Conservatory. Yeah.
Well,
Conservancy,
thanks.
did I say that right?
Conservancy, we got it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks to Commissioner Frankert for inviting me in. We have worked together on several projects to protect his farmland. And he wanted more people to know about this, so I'm really glad to take the opportunity to speak with you.
You have a clicker?
All right, just
yep.
hit that?
Mhm.
All right.
We have one screen.
Yeah, we only have one screen. Apologize.
It's working.
Does that
Sure,
help?
can you turn that just a little? Maybe, so, just that way? Yeah, we can see it okay here. Is that about all we get? Can you get a little more? I don't know, is that a weird glare, Mr. Brideball? No. Is that okay? Like everybody see, thank you.
Sure.
Yep. Thanks, Sherry.
So we are a land trust, the Black Swamp Conservancy, a locally based nonprofit organization, and our mission is to conserve land. We are one of about 2,000 land trusts spread across the country, one of about 40 here in the state of Ohio. There's 4 or 5 land trusts that are staffed professional organizations. So here in Northwest Ohio, we cover about 16 counties. Collectively, all of the land trusts in the country conserve over 61 million acres of land in America, all working in our own backyard. Our mission, each of us have our own mission. Ours is to preserve and enhance natural habitats and family farms here in Northwest Ohio for the benefit of current and future generations. We've been around since 1993. We are a member of the Coalition of Ohio Land Trust, which is a group that strengthens conservation across the state. I serve on the executive board of that organization. And then we also work through the National Land Trust Alliance, which has an accreditation component. We've been accredited 3 times now, showing that we are doing our work in a professional and ethical manner. Our service area, like I said, is 16 counties. We cover the Lake Erie Islands, Sandusky Bay, all the way over to the Indiana line, and then from the Michigan line, we're as far south as Kenton. So we've got a really big area for a very small team. I've got 6 people on my staff, and we protect 23,000 acres of land, both through conservation easements, which I'll talk about, and our own land and our nature preserves, which I'll talk about as well. This map just, and I know it's little dots, but it all does add up to 23,000 acres. Shows our spread, where we are geographically, and where our land protection is. I'll have a zoomed in map of Seneca County we can look at, but obviously we've got a lot of color in Seneca and Sandusky. We've done a lot of work here. There's some really great land resources to protect. We've worked, especially in Seneca County, to preserve farmland forever. And that's the sort of project I've worked on with Commissioner Frankert. And it's important work. Here in Ohio, we are losing land faster than any state other than Texas. Our farmland, I should say. And USDA tells us 500,000 acres in 2022. If you have been down around Columbus area, Fairfield, Licking County, you can see the threats that are coming to farmland as they're developing out that area, and farms are just being lost drastically. At the same time, agriculture is our #1 industry in Ohio, and especially here in Seneca County. Seneca County, as of the last USDA statistics, #3 in the state for soybeans, #3 in the state for corn. This is some of the most productive soil you will find anywhere in the world, and protecting it for agricultural use is super important. The way that we protect that land is we partner with private landowners. We partner with farmers. We don't own their land. We work with them to do conservation or agricultural easements. They continue to own their land. They have the right to sell it. They have the right to give it to their kids. They have the right to farm it. They give up certain rights that are associated with development and things that could threaten that land's agricultural use. These are legal documents. We record them down at the courthouse. and they last forever. They are perpetual documents. They run with the land. So when it's transferred through a sale or an inheritance, anyone who comes to own the land in the future is bound by the agreement that we place on it today. These are just some examples of the rights that a landowner retains when they work with us to protect their land. They have the right to farm it. They have the right to privacy. Your property does not become public. People can't just come out and take a walk. Like I said, you can sell it, gift it, bequeath it. You can always build agricultural structures that you need for your operations. So if you need to put up some barns or some grain bins, that's acceptable. And you can participate in USDA programs, CRP and those sorts of things. What a farmer gives up when they work with us is the ability to subdivide their land. And we've all seen this over the years as there's transfers. The farm gets a little smaller and hacked up and a little smaller and hacked up, and eventually it's not a viable agricultural operation anymore. We limit residential, commercial, and industrial structures. If folks want to reserve a place where, you know, their kids can build or their grandkids can build someday, we can work with them on that. But what we want to avoid is seeing all of the road frontage ripped off and turned into houses, or, you know, an entire farm turned into a housing development. No dumping, no surface mining, oil and gas, those sorts of things. The biggest benefit that a landowner who works with us gets is the assurance that their family's farm is going to be the family farm forever, and that it's going to, that family history, that cultural history is being preserved, that the important agricultural land, the soils are going to be preserved to feed people into the future. There are also some very significant federal income tax breaks that people can take advantage of if they choose to protect their farm. And I say this a lot, I'm not an accountant, I'm not an attorney, I'm not giving any legal or tax advice, but in broad strokes, I recommend people talk to their accountants and see what this would do for their personal position. The development rights that are given up in an agricultural easement have monetary value. So on paper, an appraiser will come out, take a look at the land, say, hey, if you sold it today, with the ability to develop it, it's worth X. Once you take away those development rights, it's worth less than that. That difference is considered a charitable gift to Black Swamp Conservancy. And what the federal government allows people to do is deduct up to 100% of their adjusted gross income for as many as 16 years to realize the value of that they've given up in the agricultural easement. Most farm families, you know, most of their wealth is tied up in their operation, in their land. So this is an extended benefit over, say, giving money to your church to allow people to take full advantage of that. I'm not going to talk any more about tax deductions, but if anyone wants to connect one-on-one, wants to connect me with their accountant, I'd be happy to go through, you know, specifics for anyone's personal situation. This does not encompass all of our protected land in Seneca County. I was looking at it this morning before I drove over here, and Commissioner Frankert's land is just to the east of this, so we kind of clipped it from the map. But this shows a good percentage of the holdings. We have over 5,000 acres protected right here in Seneca County. The vast majority of it's agricultural land to stay agricultural land forever. And you can see the Sisters of St. Francis Farm on the south side of town here. And then most of the ag land and the families we've worked with are on the north side of Tiffin as you head up 53. The other part of our mission is natural habitat. And we do a lot of natural habitat work. We do a lot of preserving those habitats we have left. And over the last 10 years, we've also started to do a lot of habitat restoration. We have one example of that here in Seneca County, and that's a property we're calling the Clary Boulay McDonald Preserve. This, if you don't know where it is, it sits kind of right between Kansas and Bettsville, up on the north end of the county. And we were able to buy 162 acres of land here about 3 or 4 years ago. You can see the aerial on the left is the condition that that it was in when we bought it. You've got Wolf Creek running through the property on both sides. You know, we own both sides of the creek here. Really nice patch of habitat and mature woodland along the creek there. And then what we did is we restored the agricultural land on this property back to habitat. And we did it with a goal of capturing nutrients, sediments, and other pollutants from the water before it could get out into the Sandusky River up into Lake Erie, and also to expand wildlife habitat and recreational opportunities here in the county. So on the right, I know you can't really read what we're doing there, but just the variety of colors show that we put in a whole host of different habitats here, wetlands, woods, prairies, that are really going to serve those goals of cleaner water and of wildlife habitat. I wish we had better pictures from our construction, but this is what I've got to date.
You just completed this, right?
We did, yeah. We just wrapped this up last year.
Yeah, yeah. It's out there.
Yeah, we put in $2.6 million into this property, into purchasing it and restoring it. We planted over 23,000 trees out there.
Where do you get your money from?
This project was funded by the Governor DeWine's H2 Ohio initiative.
Okay.
So
do you apply for the money and?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
We apply for the money, bring it in, and then we subcontract out all the construction work. This project was done by EnviroScience and River Reach Construction. They moved 74,000 tons of soil. And these are companies that this is all they do.
Yeah.
And River Reach said, this is the most dirt we have ever moved on any property. It was a big, big project.
Yeah, it was huge.
But if you've been out there, it's beautiful, and it's habitat, so it's going to take time to develop, and it's only going to get better over the years. We are working with the Seneca County Parks on this project. They've been tied in on this since day one, and we are right now working on the documentation for us to put a conservation easement on that property, and then hand the keys over to Seneca Parks. So they'll hold title, and this is a space that will be for the community. It will be public access. From what I understand, they're going to be using it for public hunting in the near term, and then developing into a park over the next years or decades.
Nice.
We also were really lucky. The Land Trust Alliance was really excited about this project and the restoration work we're doing, specifically for Lake Erie. So we were able to hire, using a grant from them, we were able to hire some filmmakers to document that whole process at the Clary Boulay McDonald Preserve. And these are folks that are based in Toledo, but they are wildlife photographers and videographers that work worldwide. They work for National Geographic, for the BBC, really, really, really high quality stuff. Really fortunate that they were able to do this project for us. So it follows our restoration from the time we purchased the property to the time we pulled all the construction equipment out and planted the trees. It is available for free on YouTube, so I'd encourage anyone to check that out. If you just Google search for Black Swamp Conservancy in YouTube, it'll come up. And we are looking for opportunities to do a public screening here in Seneca County, hopefully this year. So stay tuned for that announcement. Awesome. So in summary, the work we do in protecting land, restoring land, enhancing land is about improving our community and our quality of life here in Northwest Ohio, maintaining and improving those things. We're preserving biodiversity. We're creating healthier communities with outdoor recreation opportunities and supporting the economic stability that agriculture brings to communities like Seneca County. So I'd be happy to answer any questions, but I am very grateful for the opportunity to talk today.
We really appreciate you coming, and
yeah.
I think, Paul, you was involved with some of the first farms in Seneca County back in your regional planning
director.
You
I was
betcha, yeah. Actually,
on the
that
committee
was,
that helps up the rules and stuff.
Yep, yeah, that's exactly right. Because actually, I had, at that time, way back when, Bartles and myself, and we had, like I say, some of the first farms in Seneca County, and then, like I say, it was a year and a half, 2 years ago, and we got, the rest of it in, and really great program to work with, and like I say, if there's, you know, someday, you know, 50 years from now, kids might be mad for what I did, but at the end of the day, you know, we gotta protect the farmland, and the way it is, so, yeah, no, I really appreciate, you know, that, and I encourage everybody to kind of look into the program and you know, all the different avenues with that, so.
Yeah, do you have a decent flow of interest?
Oh my goodness, I
Are
could
you,
use 10 more staff members to keep up.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's encouraging though,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, you wanna be like, yeah.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
always busy, but we're
Yeah.
always looking, so we,
Sure.
for a good farmland preservation project, for a good restoration project, don't
Is there a
hesitate to reach
minimum
out.
acreage involved or a certain number to make it worth?
You know,
your time?
we look at every property individually. Generally speaking, for a farm, for the financials to work,
Yeah.
because there are costs you put into this, you probably need 80 to 100 acres minimum for it to work. But we can have a conversation with anyone and take a look at their property.
And a follow-up too, that, you know, once you put it in there, that's not the end of it. I mean, they have to come out, they monitor every year and stuff with it, make sure you're keeping it as it is and stuff on that. And fortunately enough, they have a lot of volunteers that come out and kind of go around and do that, you know, because monitoring stuff on that. So yeah, we get a call every year, say, we're gonna be out there looking around, so yeah, it's good. And that's what, you know, as things come down the pipeline and stuff on it, I mean, it's helped protect, you know, some farmland from things happening that, you know, the owners really didn't want to happen, and by having it tied into that, it really helped, without having them have to file lawsuits to stop projects or this or that, it's really helped having that in there to have their end goal of, you know, keeping them farmland and stuff with it, so, yeah. And, you know, one of the other things you always, you know, hear too is like, well, you're really going to lose value on your land and stuff with it, and just in September, October, there's actually probably the first farms that maybe sold in Seneca County that had the ag easement with it, and it was right up there with the rest of the farm ground that's been selling stuff with it, so.
Yeah, we don't tell the appraisers that.
Right, right.
But definitely in communities like this one, where we've done a lot of work and people know who we are and that we're friends to the farmers, we don't see an impact on value. I sat down with a farmer from Fulton County yesterday who bought a farm at, it wasn't an auction, it was a sale that had been protected, and he spent $13,000 an acre, which was surprising to me. That's a lot of money.
Well, thank you.
Very good, thank you,
Yeah,
I
it's-
appreciate the trek down here this morning.
Can you leave a couple cards for us?
Absolutely.
You have a card too? Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah, let's make it a picture too, if you got it.
Yeah, come on up, we'll hit the lights and get you a picture, but thanks for coming in. Anybody in the audience want to ask any questions while he's here?
I'll make written statements.
Oh, yeah, good. Rick?
Yeah, Rick Saltwater,
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'm with the Conservation District, Seneca County Soil and Water.
Yep.
And we administer the LAEPP easement program, and which is identical to what you folks are doing. The only difference is that this is a program that is handled by Ohio Department of Agriculture, and we're the local sponsor, and we administer the applications. And every year we get around 7 or 8 applicants to be a selected farm, and the only thing we have that limits that is the amount of funding we get, because these easements are actually purchased by ODA, but it has the same requirements, no subdividing, no non-agricultural plans or activities forever on that property. So we stress that to our applicants, especially if there's a selected farm, is just slow down, talk to your family, talk to your people, because this is a big deal. And we'll send them a draft deed so they know exactly what they're signing and what will be recorded. So there aren't any shocks 2 generations down the road, or even 1 generation down. So, but again, we'll get 3 that we'll close on every year. This year we have 3 we're closing on, and we have, I think, 9 that applied. So, and the ones that applied don't get selected, we would
put them in the next year. Yeah.
That or refer them on. If you folks are still doing them,
Oh,
it's
sure.
It's a different program. They aren't getting paid for it.
Right.
They probably pay for that opportunity. There's some fees associated with closing on an easement. So, but if they're really into getting that farm preserved, then they would talk. So.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks. Yeah.
Thanks for coming. Yeah.
Sure.
Very good.
What about mineral rights?
What's that?
What about mineral rights?
Yeah, so question on mineral rights?
So the mineral rights are tied to the land. The easements that we do not allow any mineral extraction. The ODA easements that Soil and Water can help you with, they do allow some oil and gas extraction.
It gets a little complicated if you don't own those mineral rights. We'll see how that plays out, because each applicant's a new story, a new education, so. Around here, we do have some working wells that are still being actively used, so we'll see how that plays out with when the developer of the well actually owns the mineral rights. So we'll see.
Yep.
Good. Cheers. Our prior guest had the chair.
I'm not doing that. I'm not stealing your chair.
Yeah, there's a little kid in all of us. You know? Thanks.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for
Appreciate
coming
it.
in.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah, good to see you going
I'll
back.
keep in touch if we need, we'll be in
Like
touch.
to have your
Ready
car
to
if
come.
you got one here.
I put a pile right on the end
That's
here.
nice, sir.
Yep.
Thank you. Take care. Okay. 11 o'clock. Commissioner reports next.
Thank you.
Rick, good to see you, buddy.
Yep, thanks.
Thanks. Yep.
I'll start.
You got it.
Okay.
Mr. Craig.
Last Thursday, we went up to Representative Rogers. He kind of had a legislative update and reception and stuff. He's on the Senate Bill 119 committee and stuff, and just it was a nice event he had and well attended. So we was glad we went up there.
That was nice you went.
And you know, it was definitely glad we went. That's for sure. Friday, Tony and I, we was out to the Opportunity Center luncheon, and again, you know, as we all know, they do a fantastic job out there. And we took the tour and everything they have going on. They got
We even
the
took
park
Barb
and-
with us.
Yes, as long
I
as
got to go out.
Yeah, you got your
Good.
picture, right? You're
Yeah.
part of the gang, right? So yeah, so no, that was they do fantastic work out there. That's for sure. Monday had Board of Elections training. It is election season, you know, so we will be working the polls over at the North Central Education Service Center, Hopewell, and some different precincts over there. And so we did education on Monday with that. Tuesday morning had Budget Commission and Board of Revision. One comment I will make, I guess Paul must have left on it, that what they're finding is that Paul made a comment on that the GL cap, the funding that they're getting to help people with real estate taxes, several $100,000 have been coming into our county from helping with that. So that might make a little bit of a difference with Board of Revision and stuff. I mean, we still have some coming in, but that might held it down because of everybody's real estate taxes taken off and stuff on that. So that was, I was just shocked at how much come in. So yeah,
This year, good.
Yep. So that was
More than I thought.
yeah, same here. So, right after that, had a ditch hearing for the Blanchard Valley hearing, and they just had some changes on that. Nothing financial. It's all within the scope of the project. We just want to give an update on that.
We're paid.
Yeah, we're paid.
Okay.
So,
Throw that in.
you're right, exactly. That was good. Then we had a follow-up call with Rep. Rogers then on any questions he had. Looks like April they're going to be back in session and talk about Senate Bill 119 again. And then Tony and I and Sherry went over to Oak Ford School for the 3rd grade class, and John Long with the OSS, and we kind of watched the kids in the class there, and he did his presentation about recycle, reuse, and stuff, and did a nice job there. So I'm glad we went. I think Tony, that was a nice,
did do a nice job.
Nice job with that.
Good day.
Yep, and then got back from that. We went down to Board of Elections meeting, and then out to North Central Transportation Service now. It used to be SCAT and JFS, and then yesterday morning we had an Eclipse meeting over the chamber. Kind of got an update on that. They're up to 133 people to get married down at the amphitheater.
133 weddings.
Yeah, so it's kind of, it's grown, yeah. And they
National
still have time
news.
to register to get married yet, so yeah, so it's crazy the way that's taken off, so.
Caught in the close.
Yeah, they did have a couple who split up, so they had one, yeah, a couple that, one dropped out, so, right, that's, yeah, so. So I guess that happens, so. So yeah, and then, after Eclipse, and then we met with Renee, on the appropriations for the capital projects with the Senate, kind of get a scope of what we're looking at for that. And then last night had regional planning executive session meeting, and went over some things and goals and aspirations there. So brings up to today.
Jeez. Since you just got back from vacation, like at midnight, we'll let you give your report.
Yeah, I was down south here for the first half of this week. Went down to visit some family down in Florida. Just got back last night about 3 a.m. So glad to be back in Seneca County.
Nice short report. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for holding down the fort.
Yeah. So a couple things. We not necessarily in this order. We'll do this in new business.
Yeah.
Okay. And so our meeting with Renee, I thought was with our capital projects was very informative. We had an opportunity to update our list, so we have Representative Cleggs handling through the House capital request, and Senator Reineke is handling capital request, and they're pretty much the same, but we have a few differences. We updated our ask to reflect the ag building that's now on target at the Advertising Tribune building for the taxpayers all throughout Ohio, but locally the move to the ag, making that an ag building versus building a new one is half price. Around easily half price. So we're saving some money. It's gonna be a great building. We'll get in there a lot sooner, and so that was good. So we lowered our ask, and we were able to sneak a few other things in there as a result of that. So we'll see how it plays out. But hopefully, and we should know. We'll know for sure by June, but we may know before that how that all plays out. The SCAT meeting was great. There's the name of SCAT that I always forget, thanks to the advertiser, North Central Area Transit's their new name. We all went out there. Just to expand a little bit, John was there, Buildings and Grounds. We had Kathy there from Job and Family Services. So she was in a few weeks ago, talking about her expansion for the family area, and everything kind of goes like this with what North Central Area Transit wants to do. So we had a nice meeting. We're at the infant stages. We will all be part of the design process out there, John. Conceptually, it's going to be a great project, but we also walked, and I think got a good idea of where this addition would be for Job and Family. So I thought that was a productive meeting, really,
Definitely,
just to get a feel for where everything's going on in that part of our county. Yeah, solid waste, you mentioned all those things, ditch sharing, it's good. I'll wait till new business for the rest of my comments. Back to you.
I only have a couple of things. I just want to remind everyone that our March 21st meeting will be moved back to 11 a.m. instead of 10 a.m. It's 2 weeks away, because we have a conflict with another meeting that our commissioners want to attend. I have some financial information for you.
Way to move that to noon. Did you already put out?
No, I have not, but
I'm supposed to have a COG meeting that day at 11, Council of Governments meeting.
we'll see what we can do. So that meeting we'll have a time change. on the 21st. We're not
Yeah,
sure.
my comment would be, commissioners, we're locked in till noon. So all these committees and all these, where's Bryce at? You're gonna watch us and picking on you. When, you schedule things at 10 and 11 on a Thursday, I just think that's not our problem. Okay, so they need to reschedule the COG. That's not on you, I'm speaking to the COG. We're always here at 10, so I mean, it's just, to me, it's ridiculous to have somebody send me an invite for 11 o'clock meeting. That's, all we're asking for the whole week is please block out the morning or at least 2 or 3 hours so the commissioners can conduct business. Is that too much to ask?
Not at all.
Okay, so I think we need to get that out to our committees because this is just unfair, for us. We're here. So, I didn't, that's not a knock on you whatsoever.
Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's more of a position that the commissioners have, and we need to just make that known, I think.
Thursday first.
When you tell me anything like that, I'm out. I can't talk to you till 1 o'clock. We don't know. These things run over. Sometimes we talk, we have follow-up. That's my input to it. So you guys decide on the meeting.
Okay.
I'm good, but I think that's one thing you should do. I know I'm gonna do, I do. And I can't be there, So, thank you.
We'll just carry the video with us now, Tony, just like in our meeting.
Great. Good council, second Monday, right? You ever mess?
No, I
That's
haven't.
where you're at, right?
Right,
That's where you
right.
do.
Yep, roger that.
Right.
Okay. Just a couple of financial things. I did get some preliminary numbers for sales tax. They're not official. It looks like we probably are down again for the month of March's collection. So, I really haven't I got it late yesterday afternoon, haven't really had a chance to really look at it. But the information that was provided, the non-auto is down $52,000 from the previous year. And that's only a portion of it.
And March is from,
March would be collected in January.
okay, so that's,
Yeah.
because even December, you think of December being, and we were down in December.
Yeah.
Even that's kind of your Christmas time frame and stuff on it.
So, I haven't really had a chance to really dive into those numbers, so take a good look. Got it yesterday afternoon. But I just want to let you guys know that, again, sales tax is going to be a tight thing for us because that's the majority of our revenue that we collect. So on to financial information. As far as revenue collected for general fund in the month of February, we collected just over $2.3 million. And again, none of that would be any real estate collection. That hasn't been settled. It won't get settled until end of March. Vast majority of that was sales tax. So, and then on the expense side, we expended almost $2 million. $1.99 million is what was expended in the month of February for general fund. So we're doing okay,
Well,
but
wow.
the sales tax is kind of the number that I'm really kind of keeping my eye on. And that is all I have.
Any old business or anything, Commissioner?
Nope.
Any thoughts or anything from you?
I guess I just, Paul, while you were out for a minute there, we talked, a couple $100,000, is that kind of what you said, that we get from GL Cap, kind of for helping backstop some of the real estate taxes?
Oh, it's exceeded that.
Is exceeded
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Okay.
That they've given individual taxpayers to get their taxes caught up.
So well over a couple $100,000 then.
Yeah.
You get the money direct, or does the taxpayer?
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
you get it on there with their name and.
Yep. It
That makes
comes
sense.
in our office through an ACH from GLCAP.
Okay. Good. Do they pay for the year or 6 months?
Now they're just paying for 6 months, the first
Okay.
6 months. They were last year paying for the whole year, but they had a cutoff. They actually extended the cutoff for us because our collection was a little bit later. And so they tried to get everybody in that they could.
Okay, thank you. Anything else? New business, I have one thing to bring up before we go to you, Barb, unless anybody else does. So during the meeting, I circulated an email to you guys that I sent you at 9:53 to have before the meeting, so I just printed it and gave it to you. So Sheriff Stevens and I met. This is part of, Kayla, part of the regional jail study that the Commissioner of Seneca County is participating in, so the public understands. Seneca, Sandusky, Ottawa County, past resolutions contributed $50,000 towards grant application that was successful. It all ran through Ottawa County. The grant was for $350,000, so now we have $500,000 to do this regional jail study, okay? And the sheriff and I, when we went early, we emphasized that we're interested primarily in the mental health side of this study, not as much interested in more beds, because our jail has plenty of beds. We have 200 plus beds out there, so we have capacity. So we're not interested at all in adding on to our jail. A little bit of overlap and conflict. Ottawa County and Sandusky County. Ottawa County absolutely needs a bigger jail. It was old. Sandusky County, their jail's older than ours, and they could use a few more beds. So they're more interested in the jail part. We're all interested in the mental health part. So as this study has been going on, the sheriff and I are a little frustrated with the lack of emphasis being put on the mental health piece. You know, my example to the group is, we had a broadband study. Many of you have been involved with this from the beginning. Broadband, they gave us a book this thick, cost us about $80,000 for the broadband study. But it listed the entire county, and it listed all the people that had broadband, and all those that don't, and all the providers. And here's all the ways to get money, and here's all the, so what I'm thinking in the end, the sheriff and I, we're gonna get a booklet that says, this is the state of mental health, this is the percentage of those that are incarcerated and that return, and the ages, and where they're from, and that's what we wanted, so we can then sit down and make this educated decision. Well, the direction at this point, we don't feel is headed like I just described. So we're gonna send this letter, if you guys are okay with it. The three commissioners and the sheriff are gonna send a letter to Pogemeyer, the group that's conducting the study, and to the Ottawa and Sandusky County commissioners. And basically, the last sentence of this is, we are disappointed that the main focus is not on clients with mental illness and how to better serve them. Instead, the focus is on a regional facility. We don't want this facility study to be a waste of taxpayers' funds, our time, or your time. Seneca County would like to exit this feasibility study partnership if the focus continues to be on the regional jail concept. So we're sending them a notice that, you know, so hopefully that gets us back to the table and we can have a conversation and get this thing back on track like we all thought it was. And if we don't, then we'll deal with it, which will include, we're just gonna get out of it. Because we're not gonna waste a bunch of time and be part of something that just makes no sense for the county. So a little disappointed in the direction, but we're taking this action to help get us back on track. If that makes sense. I can give you a copy of this. We haven't sent it out yet, but are you guys okay with it?
Yes.
Because the sheriff's okay. I told the sheriff I'd bring it up, and then Sherry, I'm gonna get this to you. If you could fancy it up on letterhead and we'll go over who you're gonna send it to. And you can get it out, sheriff will sign it, and I don't know if he does it electronically or if we just put our names down. I don't know if he even have to sign it, whatever you think.
Do you guys feel like we're being excluded from conversations, or is one of the counties up north of us steering the ship and not keeping us in the loop?
No, that's a good question, actually. We're not, we haven't had a lot of communication, okay? And so, I think the group conducting the study is just not putting the time in. At this point, in fairness, the group was getting statistics from the 3 sheriffs. The sheriff, all 3 sheriffs have inmates, they deal with Meerschaum, mental health and Firelands, and so they're gathering information. How many inmates do you have, and what percentage of them are at these different levels? So they're gathering stats, but they're just talking at the same time about the jail, and it doesn't have enough mental health and component to it, yeah. So it just doesn't feel good, so we're nipping it right now to get it back and see where we can go from here. But that's a good question. And that is part of the problem. We haven't, that's why we're sending the letter. We haven't had this discussion to say that. But they keep calling the sheriff and asking for information, but it's not what we hope. Is that good? Answer your question?
I mean, I get it.
Okay, thank you. That's all I have for that. Back to you. Thanks, you guys. Thank you.
Nice job, nice, yeah, good luck.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go to supplemental appropriations. I have 2. One is for the county capital projects for the ag building, $9,600. This is for the architectural fees that we need to pay our architect. And then the other is the county sales tax bond retirement fund, interest in the amount of $831.89. This is for a correction to the treasurer's checkbook that occurred, I believe, June of 2020. We're just trying to figure out where it happened, why it happened, and the auditor's office is trying to get it, so.
Motion to approve the supplemental appropriations as presented.
I'll second.
Okay. Roll call?
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradis?
Yes.
And then I have a few resolutions. First resolution, denying permanent structures on the Seneca County Courthouse Square.
So move.
Second.
Okay, do we need any discussion on this?
I talked about it last week.
Yeah, we did. You want to add anything?
Said everything I needed to say last week too.
Yeah, and I think we're just memorializing our stance with the resolution. John, basically what we're saying, there's no committee, we're not taking requests, we're not putting anything else in the courthouse square. That's what this does. Okay? Do we have first and second?
Yes.
Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
The next resolution I have is setting the date, time, and place to receive sealed bids for Seneca County Roads 34 and 38 pavement widening resurfacing project for the engineer's office. This will take place on March 28th at 10:15, this bid opening here at the commissioner's office.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Franker?
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff?
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Resolution setting time, date, and place to receive sealed bids for County Road 16, 4.93, County Road 18, 1.22, Township Road 109, 3.32, and Township Road 148, 4.82, superstructure replacement, pre-stressed box beams. This will take place again March 28th, 10 a.m., Seneca County Commissioner's Office.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Roll call?
I do have a comment on that if you want.
Okay, yeah, sorry, yeah.
So on the 148, if you're really familiar with that, because when we was a trustee, that's been a long time coming finally. So they patched and put the plates down, so that'll be good for the neighborhood up there. So this will be just off of 148, or actually off of 19, east heading towards the township house.
some
That's
work over
been
there
kinda,
next to the woods, aren't
that's,
they?
yeah, we plowed snow and bounced across it. So finally it's come to fruition, so that's
Good.
when we started a
Yeah.
long time ago, so.
Good.
Happy about that.
Okay,
Commissioner Franker,
thanks.
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
Resolution authorizing the fund transfer be made to the county sales tax bond retirement fund. This is in the amount of $831.89.
So moved.
Second.
Like a true up.
Yeah, this
Get
will
it
go, this
balanced
goes
out.
along with the SUP so that we can get everything straightened out with the treasurer's office and the auditor's office so that they can have, the books are cleaned up for our audit then.
You know, it's really nice that you worked there for 5 years. You know, Barb came out of the auditor's office, so.
Kind of makes a little more sense.
You understand all this stuff, you can explain it to me, so that's good to know.
Thank you.
Roll call.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
The last resolution that I have is a resolution entering into an energy performance agreement with the Brewer Garrett Company. This was not on the original agenda that was sent out. I just got it back from the
I
prosecutor's
make a
office.
motion, we accept this resolution.
I'll second.
Now, we need to have just a brief discussion. Anybody want to add anything? We're pretty excited, we've talked about this a lot. We're actually meeting them today.
Yep.
So, anything you want to add?
No, I think it's been a long time coming.
To
Yeah, it's going to, predominantly sheriff's department, juvenile and stuff, to chillers, to patrols, and yeah, it's,
This is a big deal. This is a couple $1 million plus commitment to go through the county buildings, look at everything, our HVAC, our lights, our thermostats. John, you've been a part of it. We're just playing with fire, and so we're in a good spot that we're in a position as commissioners to do this. We expect a payback in savings that will, over a long haul, cover it, but most of it will be covered over a 15-year period of time. You know, some of the chillers and the big items take a little longer to get the payback, but this is not only a financially prudent move, but it's a really good decision to get out ahead and be proactive and not get emergency calls all the time of things breaking down and chasing parts and paying overtime on Sundays and having juvenile kids move to Sandusky County because the heat doesn't work. So hopefully, John, your job gets a little better. It might be a little crazy here for a year or so, but we're excited. So thank you. Roll call.
Commissioner Franker,
yes.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes.
I do have a letter here for Senator Sherrod Brown for our congressional grant projects that we're working with him, trying to see if we can get some one-time money. I would like for that to be signed so I can get that over to GLCAP since they're working on that for us. And I also have a notice of commencement for the engineer's office for the guardrail installation project. That just needs to be, those just need signatures so that I can get that recorded at the recorder's office.
Pass them down.
That's all I have.
Okay. Anything else from either of the commissioners? We'll open up public comment if you don't have anything. You good?
Just wanted to
Yes, sir.
send a prayer and keeping the thoughts. Rich Voted passed away this last week, and just
Thank you for bringing that up.
served with him on council. He was with SIDEC, which is now rebranded as TSEP. When I started, he was running the chamber and SIDEC, I believe, him and Karen Bowers, and just known him for a long time. I grew up with his sons and just spent a lot of time over at that house, and he'll be sorely missed. He was a good man of the Lord, brought jobs, brought opportunity here to Seneca County, did everything he could, so good public servant.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. Yeah, Rich and I go way, way, way back. I didn't work with him as much as you did, but great family. Yeah, good guy. Anything else? We'll open up to public comment, see a few people that have sat here for a long time. Adam, at least you had a nice corner seat.
It's great.
Yeah.
You had your coffee with it.
So,
I almost fell asleep.
yeah, welcome, yeah. Thanks.
So I'll be quick and quickly echo Commissioner Schuff's comments. On behalf of TSEC, we're very crestfallen about the loss of Rich. He set us on the path that we're on today, the economic dynamo that Tiffin and Seneca County become. We're really a result of his leadership in those early days to get everything on the right track. So he will be sorely missed. But on a brighter note, economic development note, you may have seen it came out right before the meeting started, that Stout Development will be expanding the spec building by another 50,000 feet out at Eagle Rock Industrial Park. This is on that last little bit of land, industrial land that Tiffin has available to it. And so that's going to be a open spec building that should be completed here by the end of the year. An additional 50,000 square feet. There is still another 100,000 square feet that can be put onto that building, but we are now up against a wall in terms of where we are able to put industrial in. So we're actively looking to resolve that little problem and keep the growth going here in Central.
Still working on that 100-acre opportunity?
Yeah, that'll be an expansion, hopefully here to Eagle Rock. There's 2 parcels that have to roughly 100 acres.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Presley.
So I'm good.
Oh, come on, Presley. Yeah, tell us, yeah.
Come on,
Okay.
give us something
I guess.
for you got it.
Because you've had some farmer meetings, you've had pesticide recertification,
Yeah.
you've had a lot going on there, so just give
Yep.
us something.
I think things are starting to gear up around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are just coming to the end of pesticide applicator training. So if you're a private applicator, you have to get recertified every so many years, and I'm one of the teachers for that. So my topics this year were fruit and vegetable and forage and livestock. So those are kind of my 2 areas just in my job in general. So I talk about those with applicators, make sure they're doing everything safely. We did beef quality assurance trainings as well. Both the PAT and the BQA here in Seneca County was heavily attended, and I was told that was the lowest attendance that we've had, and it was still one of the highest in all the ones that I've been to.
Jeez.
So that's amazing for Seneca County, full of agriculture, which I love. And we're doing the Master Gardener class right now. We currently have 10 active interns. They are amazing. I am so excited to have them. I hope they all complete. They're all on the track to complete, and a lot of them are ahead of the game, which is amazing.
Awesome.
Hopefully they will be wrapped up, and at our Christmas meeting, we'll be able to officially have them join us in the Master Gardener program. So I'm very excited about that. And one last thing is I actually, kind of a dream child of mine, I guess, is a goat webinar series. It's all about goats, ! That's the title. But it's a 6-part series in the spring, and then it'll be a 6 or 7-part series in the fall. And it's just getting people who might want to start with goats, people who already have goats and have questions, 4-H'ers, youth livestock exhibitors, literally anyone who wants to know anything about goats can watch the webinar. It's open to anyone. We already have over 400 people signed up for it, which is fantastic. My goal was 350, so we exceeded my goal.
That's impressive.
Good job.
I will be teaching the first 3, which is just a general getting started with goats, going over the breeds, what you might need to get started. The second one is live animal evaluation. So we're going to break it down and what are you doing with your operation? Do you want a show goat? Do you want a meat goat that's going to be good at market? Do you want a dairy goat that's going to have a good udder and a good mammary system? What kind of are you looking for with your animals? Are you going to buy them at a live auction? Are you going to get them as kids? All that kind of stuff that you might need to know to increase your operation. We'll go through that, and then there's a whole bunch of other topics, but they start March 11th, and it's 2 Mondays a month until May. And that's the spring series. And then the fall series is going to get a little more in depth, so it's going to be more for the people who might not consider themselves experts but want to get to that point when it comes to goat operations. We're going to go into detail with a lot of reproduction and genetics and using goats for custom grazing and browsing, all that fun stuff. So I'm really excited for that. I've been working on that for a while. And then kind of the other side of all of that is I'm currently on a team working to try to revamp a lot of our goat resources through our fact sheets in Ohio line, which is kind of our resource center through OSU. And we're trying to revamp those. A lot of them are older or just a few things need changed. And we're currently doing that right now. So that's what I've been doing.
Adam, did you get lined up with us and you got some barn stuff all around Old Fort there to kind of, start that process or?
Not me personally, but I did send Aaron that way.
Okay.
I think he's got that extra building on his land. I think some goats would really help him out.
Probably sneak us up, man, Hedge Gate, Tiffin, they all go down there and park on their house goats, goats allowed in Tiffin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read that city council, but yeah, you allow goats in Tiffin?
I don't know. I guess so.
Right, Hedge Gate, you probably get them out there.
Yeah.
Hey,
We got some chickens. Chickens
very
next.
much, President.
Thank you very much, great.
Chickens next
Great
one.
job, yeah, so 400, that's amazing, that's awesome.
Yep,
Really
and
impressive.
they have until the last one, which is at the end of May. I think it's May 13th. They have until then to register for that one, so I'm hoping we just keep getting people registered and we can spread the word.
That sounds great, and as always, whatever you need from us, just give us a holler, I mean, I don't
Thank
want
you.
to cover, but yeah. just let us
If you
know,
think
so.
you're gonna come and just visit, we're gonna call you on it.
Yeah.
Just be, just know that's coming. Yeah. Anybody, Zach, anybody, Brent? Good.
I actually do have one.
Hey, hi.
Real quick.
Retired mayor, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So back in like November, I brought an issue to you guys' attention about rural transit for veterans and trying to, the administration.
Yeah, we wrote a letter.
Yeah, they were looking at reducing reimbursements for rural EMS transit, specifically for Veterans Affairs.
Okay.
You guys wrote a letter, it was in the Tiffin Advertiser Tribune and News Messenger. Just last month, I just found out Senator Sherrod Brown did sign on to that. So that is exactly what we were asking from the letter. So just, I don't know, you just reminded me of it when you brought up the thing for jail cap, but might be a nice thing to drop a note to Senator Brown's office thanking him for signing on.
Erica, we were just with her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
So-
helping us on the ag building. Is that who you work with?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we will do that. Can you do that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah, no, it's a good thing.
so while you're here, we're wrapping up. I met a guy that knows you and his introduction. And I want you to fill in the blank, so this is crazy. So the guy's giving us a talk, he's introducing himself. And he says, I have twins, and then I had another set of twins. And then you spoke. You said, well, or something, I did better than that, so tell your story. How close?
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah.
so I have triplet boys who will be 16 in April and twin girls that just turned 14 in February, so.
So he has triplets.
They're 22 months apart.
And 22 months later, he has twins. So he has 5 kids, 22 months apart. And he beat the guy that had 2 sets of twins.
Who's the guy with 2 sets of
I
twins?
forget, it was it'll come to me. Yeah, he was giving a talk in Fremont or somewhere, and then he said, you said that. That's why it was crazy.
I think who that was.
5 kids, 22 months. Look at it. I'm still here. Okay, so I will be missing the next couple meetings. Going to be out getting my football knee injury fixed up a little bit, so we'll be in good hands, but I'll be back. So have I go in on Tuesday and go in and get my knee taken care of, so I'll be gone. Thanks. Paul?
Just a very preliminary report. I did talk to our contractors responsible for printing out our tax bills and mailing them, and we all know the fiascos that resulted of that. We are just looking at the possibility, and I know this won't suit everybody, and it doesn't have to, of possibly mailing or emailing tax bills out instead of putting them in the regular mail, because regular mail just isn't cutting it now. And so I got a penalty request to wipe off yesterday. They didn't receive their tax bill until the 29th of this month. So, I mean, there's just no reason for that, but that's what's happening right now. So, I know you'll be hearing more from that. There's gonna be some cost involved in trying to gather that information, but then once we have it, it'll be a huge savings in postage and printing and that sort of thing, so.
Yeah, there was a time when you mailed a letter, that was that was it.
Yeah.
And somebody came in and said you didn't get it, you never mailed it, right?
Right.
But now when they come in, you believe them.
You got to, yeah. Especially if they bring an envelope that was postmarked the 29th.
And they even brought the postmark, yeah. It's crazy.
Well, I do have a question. So like for people that have escrow accounts, how do you mail like or do you email them to the bank, or is that all individually sent?
It's done a couple different ways. We have a coupon book that we can send out to people, and that reminds them to make the payment, or we can withdraw from their account automatically if they authorize that to make their payment. So,
Well, I'm saying for banks so that have it, basically you make your monthly payment to the bank, and then a lot of times so real estate kind of tucked into some of those escrow accounts.
oh yeah, definitely.
So that was my question, is like, for example, Old Fort Bank, you send them like one big statement for everybody,
They send us one big check.
and then they send it. I was just curious on that, because that might save a little bit too with email with banks and stuff
Yeah,
especially.
we have been doing that, but unfortunately, everybody got a bill the last time,
Right.
and that just screwed up everything.
Good. Okay, that's, anything else? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.